Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 underrated 2000s pop songs.
I go, ooh, ooh, you go, la 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 la, la la la. I will love again.
I can see you on me too, and now it's me, it's me.
For this list, we'll be looking at catchy pop songs released throughout the 2000s that should have gotten more attention than they did. We'll also be focusing primarily on pop songs for this list, or at least songs with significant pop elements, so other genres like R&B will not be included.
You should let me love you, let me be the one to.
Number 10, Stuck, Stacie Orrico.
I can't get out of bed today or get you off my mind.
Stacie Orrico's Stuck is a perfect representation of early 2000s pop and a clear rider of Britney Spears' coattails. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. We mean, if you love Golden Age Britney Spears, you'll be sure to love this tune as well.
I can't take it. What am I waiting for? My heart's still breaking.
This one admittedly isn't as obscure as some of the others on this list. It was the official theme song of 2004 Copa America. It was used in a Disney movie called Stuck in the Suburbs, and it peaked within the top 5 in numerous European countries. However, it only reached number 52 in the United States, and Stacie Orrico's career never really took off. It's a shame because the woman is clearly talented.
I can't stop thinking of you. I'm stuck on you.
Number 9, Me and You, Cassie.
You've been waiting so long, I'm here to answer your call.
Me and You and Stuck serve as a wonderful representation of the progression of 2000s pop. In the early half of the decade, you still had stars wanting to capitalize on boy bands and Britney Spears. But come the midway point, pop R&B was blowing up thanks to artists like Usher, Chris Brown, and Beyoncé. Cassie is certainly not a leader in the R&B scene, but Me and You proves that she could perform with the best of them.
I can see you on me too, and now it's me, it's me.
This song contains a killer beat and some gorgeously sensual vocals from Cassie, both of which helped the song rise to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Unfortunately, it would be Cassie's only top 5 hit, and only one of 2 charting singles.
It's just me and you now. I'm waiting for your love, I've been waiting.
Number 8, Stranger, Hilary Duff.
Nobody believes me when I tell them that you're out of your mind.
By the mid-2000s, Hilary Duff was attempting to shed her Disney past and venture into darker, more mature pop. Stranger is certainly a representation of this era, as Duff changed up her look and wrote a depressing song about a soured relationship. The result was Stranger, a pure bop that unfortunately never received the attention it righteously deserved.
There's no kindness in your eyes. The way you look at me is just not right.
The song was a hit in clubs, and even peaked at number 1 on the Dance Club Songs chart. However, it never broke into the mainstream, and it failed to reach the top 5 in any country. It could have, and maybe should have, been a big hit, but it seemed like no one wanted anything to do with it. Well, no time like the present.
And they would see a stranger too.
Number 7, Things I'll Never Say, Avril Lavigne. The unfortunate thing about good pop albums is that only a select few songs can be chosen as singles. This was the case with Avril Lavigne's iconic debut album, Let Go. Now, we're not saying the singles that were chosen for this album were wrong, because who can argue against Complicated, Skater Boy, and I'm With You? The sad thing is that Things I'll Never Say was, well, never released, which is a shame considering how it's easily one of the cutest and poppiest songs on the record. It's catchy, it has a great melody, and it comes equipped with Avril's biting sense of humor, which includes lines like, "If I could say what I want to say, I'd say I want to blow you away."
These things I'll never say. Thank you very much, everybody!
Number 6, La La, Ashlee Simpson.
You can dress me up in diamonds. You can dress me up in dirt.
You know, we all joke about it, but it really is a shame what happened to Ashlee Simpson.
On a Monday, I am waiting. Tuesday, I am fading.
The infamous SNL incident occurred in October of 2004, and only 2 weeks later, Lala was released.
Make me wanna lie in the kitchen on the floor. I'll be your French maid.
Now, Lala is a great song, a pop-punk romp that energetically showcased Ashlee's wilder and more provocative side. However, it was dwarfed by the SNL debacle, and no one really paid it much attention. Everyone was too busy laughing at her. Things got even worse the following January when Ashlee's admittedly poor performance of Lala was enthusiastically booed at the Orange Bowl. Lala never stood a chance, but we really should have given it one. Number 5, Unusual You, Britney Spears.
Nothing about you is typical. Nothing about you is predictable.
Unusual You is unlike anything else found in Britney Spears' discography. While the pop princess is typically renowned for her bombastic music, Unusual You is a spacious, dreamy electropop ballad that takes its time in conveying emotion.
Tables are turning, my heart is soaring. You'll never let me down.
Critics have compared it to Gwen Stefani and Janet Jackson, and really, that is some good company for Spears to be in. People may have written off Britney Spears as just another shallow pop artist meant to sell singles and make millions, but she proves her artistic worth with Unusual You. It's an unexpectedly great song and easily one of Spears' most creative and aesthetically pleasing achievements. Now go give it a listen.
I could get used to unusual you.
Number 4, Untouched, The Veronicas.
I go ooh ooh, you go la 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 la.
The Veronicas' Untouched is a unique pop tune, as it intriguingly blends strings with fast-tempo synth, creating some joyous, atmospheric, and incredibly infectious power pop. Luckily, the song proved a success for the Australian sisters, and it was favorably compared to the likes of Avril Lavigne and Pink. It was also a commercial success, topping the charts in Ireland and reaching the top 5 in 4 other countries.
I feel so untouched right now. Need you so much somehow.
While it was a moderate hit in its time, the song's impact has noticeably lessened, and no one seems to remember it. It was also the Veronicas' only internationally successful single, and their only top 20 hit in the United States. That said, they are still killing it in their native Australia, so good on them.
Untouched.
Number 3, Siberia, Backstreet Boys.
When you come back, I won't be here.
Some people may think that the Backstreet Boys belong in the 90s, a bygone relic of that ancient and long-forgotten era when boy bands dominated the charts. Perhaps they realized this, which is why they ditched the teen pop aesthetic to present a more mature and nuanced sound on their 2005 album Never Gone. On this album is Siberia, an emotional pop rock tune that uses the dark and mysterious Siberia as a metaphor for a broken heart.
'Cause it's all so dark and mysterious.
Sure, it's a little cliche and corny, but hey, that's why we love the Backstreet Boys. It's unfortunate that this song was never released as a single, because it really could have found an audience and put the Backstreet Boys back on the map. But really, did they ever leave it? Number 2, Monster, Lady Gaga.
Don't call me Gaga. I've never seen one like that before.
Lady Gaga was a chart-dominating presence in the late 2000s, and by the end of 2009, she had 4 top 5 singles to her name, including the number 1 singles Just Dance and Poker Face. Monster was never a hit, as it wasn't released as a single, but if it was, it would have been just as successful as her others. Like most of her early creative output, Monster is an insanely catchy Europop song featuring synths, 80s drums, and Gaga's signature robotic vocals. Despite never being released as a single, the song was extensively performed on tour, which helped it generate a dedicated fan base. Count us as members because this song is pure fire. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Don't Bother, Shakira.
Don't bother, I won't die of this tension. I promise you won't ever see me cry.
I Will Love Again, Lara Fabian.
I will love again, though my heart is breaking. I will love again.
Every Other Time, LFO.
Sometimes she's hot, sometimes I'm cold, sometimes my head wants to explode. But when I think about it, I'm so in love with her.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Summer Love, Justin Timberlake. Mid-2000s Justin Timberlake was simply unstoppable. Nearly every single of his was an absolute banger, including Summer Love, a fun dance pop tune about falling in love. It sounds a little run-of-the-mill, but Justin makes it work thanks to his charisma and sultry vocals. But then again, Justin can make anything work. Summer Love was the final single released for Future Sex Love Sounds, and it was overshadowed by the album's more successful releases, including Sexy Back and What Goes Around Comes Around. Regardless of its relatively weak commercial performance, Summer Love is quintessential JT, and we love every second of its steamy sexiness.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.